Hey, we're going to do a little pan-fried gnocchi. I know I've done pan-fried gnocchi before. In fact, a couple of years ago I had, I think one of my highest viewing of that. It's simple, right? You could normally do this, little potatoes. You could normally do gnocchi, you boil it in salty water, but this is a better way to get some of that crispiness. And we're going to put in a little bit of salami. I've just got the pan going, so I might get you to pop around here. I've got some butter in there. You don't have to use butter and oil, but I've got butter. And I'm going to bring in just some of the oil from this sun-dried tomato. Right, so we're going to use a bit of that oil. You don't have to overdo it with the oil, and you want to get this quite hot. Okay, and there's already some herbs in there. We're going to add some other little bits in there. We're going to put the tomato in a little bit later, but just step by step. So let's just wait for that to heat up while I'm just getting that done. Watch that. Right, a little bit of butter, a little bit of oil there. Now I'm going to bring the salami in here. Again, there's a lot of oil in that, so don't worry too much about how much oil you've got in there. I'm going to squeeze in some garlic as well. And essentially this, literally, don't overdo the pan. I think I said this last time, don't overdo it with the pan. This should be okay, yeah, there's not too much in there. Because you want plenty of space for the gnocchi to fry it. And have that on high heat. Okay, so just spread that around, get them in there. You actually want them to go a little bit hard, a little bit crisp, and nice and brown with that butter. You could put a sage in there, do a sort of burnt butter sage, but we're going to do it like this. A little bit of the salami, some of that semi-dried tomatoes, and then on a bed of spinach, just to kind of soak up some of the colour as well. And look at that, just as we're going to keep coming back to this because it does need to take, it'll probably take around almost 10 minutes, albeit you want to just watch it and keep turning it over as well. Okay, so get those oils in there. Look at that, beautiful. We might even put a squeeze of, try not to break them up like that one just happened. Put a squeeze of salt, pepper. Again, just some nice sort of flavours in there, and a little sprinkle of the essential, just some chilli there, bit of salt. Don't overdo it because there's in the salt, because there's plenty of salt in that salami, okay? And we're gonna put the salami in. I won't put the wet tomatoes in yet because I really want that to kind of dry up a little bit. Okay, so we'll let that go in a little bit, and then when that's had a little bit more to go, we'll come back and I'll show you, and I'm gonna add a couple things. I might just squeeze a little bit of garlic, literally just a teaspoon and a bit of garlic. You don't have to do the garlic, but I like that kind of extra flavour in there. Mix that round, the flavours. If that doesn't get your taste buds going, nothing that you can smell that. You could put a basil in there, or some other kind of green herbs, maybe a coriander. But we're just going to go like this and put the on the bed of that green spinach. So we'll come back and we'll show you what this looks like in a minute. And let's have a look at that. Just keep the lid on, kind of keep that heat going. You can hear that sizzling. Look at those. Oh, listen to the little puffs of potato hit the. That's what you want. Just that beautiful little popping sound. They're browning up. Still got a little bit to go, but let's add in the sliced up. I really finely sliced this salami, and let's put in the semi-dried tomatoes. That's such a wonderful flavour, that semi-dried tomato. Just that oil in there. You've got lots of herbs in there. Not add too much pepper on it. I just want to toss that through. Break up those little bits of salami. So I've got the heat in there. Be careful you don't pull them apart when you're rolling them over. See that kind of, sometimes they split up. You kind of keep that little structure of the little popping things. Listen to this. Right, you can hear it crispy. I did these in the air fryer recently, which is just as good. In fact, they go even crispier. But this is kind of gives it that nice flavour. Bringing it all together, that looks fantastic, doesn't it? I'm going to leave that a couple of seconds. Put the lid back on. Just keep the heat on that, and then we're going to bed it up on that spinach there. Going to put some Meredith goat's cheese. Going to break some of that on top. I'll show you what that looks like. Right, I think we're done. Let's take the lid off that. Hear that crisping up. That's great. pockets. Ooh, sizzling. So try not to carry too much of the oil over, right? I just want to kind of, if I can, I know people say don't put metal on the non-stick fry pan, but look at that, just a little, oh yeah. And you can see some of those brown right up. Oh, how good. That salami's nice and warm now. Again, you can add some chili or other sort of heat to that if you wanted to. Trying to scratch the bottom of that. It's damn hot. Okay. And then the last thing I want to do is, as I said, just some Meredith cheese. You could put some Parmesan or some other kind of cheese on there. I like Meredith because it just breaks up and it's so creamy. Just shift that out of the way. So, literally what I want to do is just a couple of bits of these on. Clean hands, just breaking it up. Oh, it's so good. And there we go, just get that really sort of creamy flavour of the cheese coming through when you bite into these pockets of goodness. Let's do that last one there. Break it up, spread it around. Wonderful. There we go. It's beautiful. It's pan-fried gnocchi with a bit of spinach and the sun-dried or semi-dried tomatoes. Just wonderful flavour. Add what you like to it. Serve it up pretty quickly because the spinach is going to be nice and soft underneath. Enjoy.